What's going on, guys, and welcome to your JavaScript tutorial. In this video we're going to add some spices to our conditional statements, and we're actually going to add some backup plans. So let's say you have a case again where you have a variable score, and it's going to be the score of some type of test that you created. And now you have, if the score is above 50, you are very smart, right? Alert box. But I'm going to change it around, and I'm going to write over here document, right? Because I just think that it's a little bit easier to work with that. So now I have, if the score is above 50, document, right, you're smart. However, what if the score is below 50 and you want to also write something on a screen? So what you would have to do is you would have to create a backup plan, and it is called else statement. So I write over here else, and it's the same thing. So now it's saying, listen, if it's above or equal 50, I want to do something. I want to write document, you are smart. However, if it is not 50, if it's less than 50, I want to say, let's say document, right? And I'm going to say you should study more, right? Or let's say I can say just, sorry you failed. So I have this over here. And now let's change it around, and I'm just going to give it a value of somebody got, let's say, 49. So let's save this, and you can see over here, now the else statement is actually written because sorry you failed. So it works like this. So it's going top down saying, okay, if the score is above 50, I need to write this. Else, I need to write this. So it goes over here and says, okay, well, it's not actually above 50, so I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to write document, you're smart. So I keep looking, because remember before that, when we didn't have the else statement, nothing happened. It just went, checked, well, it wasn't, and moved on. Here it says, okay, I have another one. So in this one says, if the condition is not met, I need to write sorry you failed. And that's what it does. It writes sorry you failed. Now, there's also a case where, let's say, I would want to say that if somebody got exactly 50, they technically passed, but I would want them to study, right? So what I'm going to do is over here, I'm just going to create 50. And here I'm just going to say, if the score is above, let's say, 90, then I'm going to say you are very smart, right? Then what I would need to write over here, and I'm just going to make it more space so we can see. Instead of else, I would write else if, and that pretty much adds another condition over here. Else if, and now again what we do is we create a parentheses over here like this, and we say else if, let's say score is actually equal to 50. I want to say you passed. However, you need to study more. You passed, but study more. Okay? And then, if anything else, if actually he got below 50, I would want to write you failed and you for sure need to study. So again, I would just add else statement, and then I would say document right. And I would say, sorry you failed, right? Sorry you failed. So let's put over here a semicolon, save this, and now you can see we have 3 statements. And as I'm going to be changing around this variable over here in score, as my document right is going to be changing. So let's say I'm going to start with the best case scenario, somebody got 91. Let's save this, and you can see here you are very smart. Okay, now let's say that somebody got exactly 50. What happens? Let's save. You passed, but you study more. Okay, so you're giving him a message. What if somebody got 49? What happens then? So save this, sorry you failed. So you can see that I can keep adding these else if statements as much as I want. And this is like the last backup plan here, that if all your conditions along the line have failed, well, not failed, but they haven't, computer didn't have to execute them because they didn't actually meet actual condition. Then you have the else one, which says, well, sorry, but you failed in this case. But in general, it would just, you would give it some kind of default action that the computer needs to do. And along the line, I can just start creating by if, and then I can say else if, and then else if, and I can add them as much as I want, but it's actually not practice to do that, but you have that option of adding, let's say, I don't know, 50 of them here. And as you can see, and again, I'm just gonna over here, I'm just gonna make it so we can see more clear. You can see the syntax over here. And the syntax is exactly the same for all of them. You still need to do the same thing for else if, and the same for else. You need to create these curly brackets that actually place the code that you want to run over here. You know, as soon as you remove those curly brackets, nothing is going to happen, because if you're going to go to console log, you'll see that it shows you the mistake.